Solo Jibby here, coming at you with Range Gaming, and today I'm doing a gaming review on a fairly new released game that is free to play if you have PlayStation Plus, and that game is Tera. The game was released on March 8th, and I honestly feel like for being such a new game, it's not talked about enough. Like I said, it is free for anyone that has PlayStation Plus, and from the ratings from the PlayStation Store, it got a 4.5 for stars. The company that released this was Mass Entertainment. I may possibly be saying that wrong, and I do apologize. If you would like to correct me, you're more than free to do so. But basically, the summary of the description that they gave you before you purchase the game is it's a new breed of an MMO, and it says it, I'm quoting from what the description said, blending true action combat with vast game world with deep social interactions of a role-playing game. You're able to aim, dodge, time your attacks, intense, rewarding tactical combat experience, which kind of bothered me a little bit because it gives me the idea that you need to be a skilled player in fighting, and I'm definitely not a skilled player. Also, with it saying tactical, I wondered if it was like strategic, chess-like, stuff like that. It is an expansive content, and it's totally free, which it's not. It's free, but there is some stuff that is, you have to buy. You could buy, like, it's optional. Like, there's the packs that they have and stuff like that. But you get a free character creation all the way up to level 65 and beyond. Like I said, I'm quoting their description. It says non-stop pulse-pounding action, skill and positioning, vast fantasy world, thousands of quests, rich in history and lore, myriad of monster types, variety of landscapes, arid deserts, icy tundras, sweltering jungles, and basically, like, it gives you, like, this whole thing, and it kind of made me wonder a little bit if this was just all, like, talk, making you want to play the game. But anyways, I did play it all the way up to level 10, and as you see here, like, it definitely gives you quite a lot of character creations. There's tons of stuff that you can do and manually edit yourself. I do feel that it was a really good for the character editing, which to my surprise, I was not expecting. Like, for character creating, I would definitely give it a 10 out of a 10. The only issue I have, as you can see here, because I am fast forwarding these clips, the people do move around a lot when you're trying to do stuff. And I also had an issue with that the attire is very revealing. I mean, it's not like it's going to hurt me or anything. It's just a point that it's not really appealing to all players because of the fact that, like, you're supposed to be a warrior and you're, like, half dressed and everything. But basically, I feel that the graphics are definitely suiting for the time, and they're pretty much average with everybody else. I wouldn't say there is over the top as God of War, because God of War is, like, I feel like in the next level, in the next future, it's very futuristic of what can be done on a screen. And as you can see, like, the graphics are definitely very, I don't know, they're set for the time that we're in. They're not above average, but they're definitely not below. They're definitely more than suitable to be playing for this game. The music definitely suits everything that's going on too. The only thing is, there's no adrenaline pumping music, so there's nothing that makes me want to, like, jump out of my seat or give me a special kind of feeling or something. But, you know, not everything can do that. The cinematic point of it, it was definitely, the cutscenes were pretty decent, but I kind of felt like they were more advertisements rather than in-depth story and lore and everything like that. And it did say that it gives you lore, but, I mean, it's more like a pep talk and motivation to keep playing the game. That's pretty much what all I've seen from the cutscenes. In the story, I have not played through the whole story, but like I said, I only went to level 10, and it was pretty decent. There, like I said, if you're level 10 and you're still not through a story, it's probably a pretty decent long story. What I'm understanding is it's most likely going to have, like, little side quests and little things to do to keep you going and keep you leveling up. The content's there's definitely a lot of content and a lot of things you can do. You have, like, the quest line, and then like, you're filled with, like, the menu is, like, skills you can earn and armor and everything else that you can earn, like, is definitely full of content. Now, I would not say this is necessarily the simplest of games. It's like middle ground. Like, I could pick it up, but it definitely took me a while. So I'm not very thrilled about that because of the fact that I do like simpler games that are easy to pick up and everything, and it's pretty straightforward. The issue I was having with this is that the map's tiny. They're not giving you a clear idea of what you're supposed to be doing. They don't tell you what buttons you're supposed to push other than when you're talking to people. So it was kind of more like guessing, and it did get a little irritating. Like at the beginning, I feel like it should be more tutorial. That's just my personal preference. I know tutorials can be annoying at times, but this was a little different. Like, I literally did not know what I was doing. I didn't know if I had to X. I didn't know where I was supposed to be going and what I was supposed to be getting. I didn't understand the purpose of why I was getting into this stuff. It was confusing. Now, the gameplay itself, it definitely went over very smoothly. Like, there was nothing I had major issues with other than at level 10, there is a mini-boss that I did end up fighting, and it was a little challenging, but it's not like I couldn't get through it, because I could. So overall, my personal likes, I definitely like the character creation. There was definitely a lot of options there. I also like that there's a lot of stuff that you can do. I don't know, it's just a very average game. There was nothing that really jumped off the screen like, yes, I gotta keep playing this. But for dislikes, the same, like, it's just a very average game. There's nothing that I really, really disliked. I did have an issue, like I said, with directions. They didn't give me clear directions of what I'm doing, and the map's a little too small, but it's all, like, minor things. The fighting, oh my god, the dodging was hard. And you had this MP, which I'm assuming is some type of stamina. At times, it was, like, not working the way it was supposed to, so I would not have any stamina to roll, no stamina to do anything other than mash this one button, which did get very frustrating in higher battles where you need to hurry up and get out of the way. It is pretty straightforward, though. They do give you, like, zones to tell you they're going to attack here, they're going to, like, and kind of give you a hint of what they're going to do. So, I mean, it's not a terribly difficult game. Pretty much anyone that loves Skyrim or DC Universe Online or even Soul Calibur will most likely enjoy this game. It's pretty much a mix of those three games because it has DC Universe's online open world the way DC is. You see tons of other players that are doing pretty much the same thing you are, and you're running around or not necessarily helping each other, but you're like running around doing the same quest, doing the same stuff. So it's definitely open world like that, but it has a older medieval type theme to it, which is similar to Skyrim. And the characters themselves that you create are more of like Soul Calibur, especially with the amount of character creations that you can do. It definitely gave me a very solid Soul Calibur vibe. So anyone that is like definitely interested in those three games, I highly suggest you check it out. Like, it's free. I mean, how good do you expect it to be for it to be free? It was definitely a very decent game. I would honestly, for replay value, I definitely say it's definitely worth the replay value. I myself may play a little bit more of this game. I'm very indecisive of that. I mean, it's not necessarily, for me personally, it's not my cup of tea, but I can definitely see how it is worth other people playing. Like, especially like my husband, this is definitely a game that he would play. He actually watched me record this gameplay and said, I gotta play that game later. That game looks cool. So, I mean, it's definitely eye-grabbing for those types of people. I'm just not one of those peoples. Or, those people, sorry, that was, wow. But yeah, like I was saying, like, I'm not one of those people, so it's just, like I said, it's not my cup of tea. I can't say I didn't enjoy the game. It was pretty decent, the game, and I didn't get overly frustrated to the point that I never wanted to play it again. It's just that it's not something that I would definitely jump back into every single time just because I loved it that much. So it's a pretty decent average game, so I at least give it like a 7 out of 10. Like I said, it's definitely worth playing, especially because it's free. Like, I mean, come on, this is definitely giving you a lot for being free. But yeah, anyways, other than that, that is my review of Tera. I highly suggest check it out. You might actually like it. And like I said, it's a 7 out of 10. Other than that, I'm going to play the rest of the video so you guys can see some gameplay. I'm going to put some music on because I have nothing else to say other than that. See you guys later.
My heart sees you. Always.